In Camden, New Jersey, incidentally, it was not Elizabeth, New Jersey, we taught the first and second ACCs in the fall of 1953. During that period of time, there were a few interesting events. One of these occurred on a weekend. Mary Sue was there, Nibs' wife, Henrietta, myself, and Ron on a Saturday afternoon, about noontime, when a big limousine drove up from New York City. And I had the unbelievable pleasure to be introduced to Gloria Swanson. Gloria was an absolutely magnanimous lady. She was 4 foot 9 inches tall, but she was a 9 foot tall personality. Well, I guess the cameras made the difference, but she was a tremendous person. She had been to about 8 or 9 doctors on the coast, had come to New York to the Sloan Kettering Foundation, and everyone had pronounced her terminal cancer, 6 months to 8 months to live. And she came to see Ron. He arranged to audit her on Saturday and Sunday of that weekend, and she came back a weekend later, the second weekend, and was audited Saturday and Sunday of that weekend, and I was there at that time also. And I was there at the time that the auditing finished up on Sunday of the second weekend, and Gloria made her departure. I do not know what processes Ron used during those sessions. No one will ever be able to give that information, because I'm sure not even Mary Sue knew what Ron was auditing in those sessions. They were closed sessions. But the fact of the matter is that at the end of the auditing, she was feeling quite well, quite enthusiastic about everything that had taken place. And she asked Ron what the charge was for the services. And Ron said to her that she was the idol of his childhood, the greatest lady of the silent screen, and it was the greatest pleasure he had ever had in his whole life to have been able to help her, and he refused to accept 1 penny of compensation from Gloria Swanson. And she got back in her limousine and returned to New York. Now, as a point of fact in history, she only died 4 years ago.
And one of them was Jack Hoskisson. I don't know if any of you all knew Jack Hoskisson in London. Jack was a great man, considerably older than me. I would hope he's still a great man, but I haven't heard from him for a long time. But he was struck blind in medical school. So he became he went from medical school to osteopathy and chiropractic and so on, something that a blind physician can do, and he was a genius at it. Anyway, he told me some years later that at a given moment, Ron had phoned him from Phoenix, I think, and said, "Jack, I want you to do me a favor." Sure, anything. Ron, well, it says, "I want to set up a central outfit outside of London to do advanced clinical work and set up a course for all just the best and brightest of the world." So we've looked around. There's a place out here that belongs to the Maharaja of Ranchipur, or maybe used to. Anyway, would you go out there and take a look at it for me and tell me what you think? And Jack said, "Well, Ron, maybe you forgot, I'm blind." Ron says something like, "Is that a no?" Whatever he said, "Listen, Jack, I'm just asking you to go take a look at it for me. I know you can do it. Will you do it?" Okay. So sent transportation, and they took Jack down to East Grinstead, and the estate agent took him all over the whole property all day long and so on. Jack made a favorable report, and he had some reservations about it, but You know, and as Jack told me, and so Ron bought St. Hill Manor sight unseen.